We just watched episode 6 of season 2 of Arcane. That's the end of the second act. That was a lot of shit.
Oh, bro.
I'll let you start wherever you feel like starting.
Oh, I did take a side note about how oh fuck, this is going way back now. The shit you were talking about, how like this show made you more sensitive and shit.
Oh god. Well, this episode definitely didn't help that.
I don't know. Weirdly, after that one time I had that breakdown when we were podcasting, I had like a brief a period where, well, it wasn't super brief. It lasted quite a while where I felt that shit, dude. Extra sensitive to like
me
little
too,
things.
Since we started doing podcasting, that's where this shit started for me.
Yeah.
Since we started podcasting stuff, 1,000%. That's where it started for me, and then like this show finished me off pretty much. I don't know what the fuck it did to my shit, but it did some shit. And I've noticed a lot of little things like here and there that I'm like, this wouldn't usually do this to me, but it's now doing that to me.
I was feeling that shit, dude. I'd get choked up over like little. I'd be watching like a cartoon or something and get fucking choked up from it. It's like, oh fuck.
I know.
It's like, why is this getting me? But I'm not. I'm trying not to like shy away from that. Like if it's there, like I'm fine.
See,
with
that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that hard. I'm leaning hard into it because I'm like, you know what? That's good. Because I feel like as I get older, like there's less and less of shit that does that to me, or like less and less of things or events or people, whatever it is, that are hitting me hard like that. So when shit does, I almost want to lean into it. I want more of it. I don't care if it could be negative. It could make you sad. It could make you fucking cry. It could make you happy, smile, dance. It doesn't matter what it is, but I'm leaning hard into whatever does all of that. Any kind of emotion that hits you hard. 1,000%.
Fuck yeah, no, dude, I get that. I find as I get older, I care less about like I said, shying away from things or worrying,
stupid shit.
Worrying
like,
about I don't want to get judged.
I'm not manly enough if I don't show emotions, and that kind of stupid dog shit was so prevalent in our like age of growing up, especially. Probably almost more for mine than yours, slightly. As you get younger, there's so much more like approach and appreciation, or everyone's really paying way more attention to people's like emotions and shit as they get younger. There was like a slope. There was like mom and dad's era where
there's like none. Like you don't share it.
If you showed anything, you were trash, garbage, and you should die.
And it makes really hard to communicate with people like that. It
made them fucked up and broken and hard as fuck. That was the only way you could be. And that was slowly transitioning to like my age. And even into yours, which is even probably
I would say like
Vic
is like
he's higher up.
He's
higher up than either of us,
and I can feel that. Like Vic will open up and stuff, but like he's hard and stuck in his ways.
He's supposed to be harder, just like mom and dad are. Yeah. Where I try to find myself is letting go of that shit.
Me too.
Big time. Like I just don't fucking care about trying to be tough and be hard.
No.
That shit was so stupid.
I've never really felt that need much.
Me too. But it almost gets beat into your head at a certain point, especially, and I think again that's where we grew up.
But being like we said, being more open to what's there, and even if and not blocking it out for any reason,
and just being, and it's a different now than even if you had asked me this 10 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, fuck that. I don't want to feel any emotion ever. I'll just be hard and fuck everything.
That's how you used to talk, man.
Yeah.
Like even during podcasts, you'd say that kind of shit. Like, yeah, I got good at just like tuning out emotions. And
because I did. I think that's why now I don't want to do that anymore.
It's not healthy, bro. Like,
no, it's not.
It clearly didn't do you much good.
No,
because the shit you tried to block out turned out fucking you up more than anything else in the long run.
In a lot of ways, exactly. And
so it didn't work. Like at the end of the day.
And for some stupid reason, I literally think watching this show did that to me. I don't know why, how. I can't even fully explain why or how it connected to me like that.
If that's something that came from it, then that's pretty fucking crazy.
I think it was
that's powerful.
It was at the perfect time when I think I needed almost that, like awakening or something.
A reminder.
That this was like just right there to like. It's the way they write the shit. It's so fucking sad and impactful that I think it like did something to me. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was weird.
I just rattled you somehow.
Nothing has done that to me before. Like a show where anything's ever done that to me. I don't know. This show really was fucked for that. big time.
I got you, and you talked about that all. Whoops, before we
I
even
did
watched
before
it.
a bit because I couldn't explain any of it because you hadn't seen any of it.
No, but you did explain how it broke
I
you down.
tried,
And
yeah,
stuff.
but it really did hit me way harder than it should have, and it, honestly, it still just keeps doing that. We're not even done yet. For Christ's sake, it feels like we should be done now.
It's ridiculous.
It feels like we're talking like this is the end, but it's fucking not
We haven't even
done
started the notes.
Yeah, exactly.
We were only recapping on what something that happened earlier.
We hadn't even started the fucking notes.
Ay.
We should be okay.
So that first note was Victor appearing in fucking space,
Oh yeah. There's a lot of that.
observing Jace and his Warhammer thing with that Solo guy. Who's that woman he's with?
Do you remember?
Or was that the assistant that got taken by that shit? Okay.
Yes.
I wondered. Was her name? Yeah,
name's
okay.
Sky. Yes, that's her.
I'd wondered. I'm like,
She's
could that
like-
be her?
When she like warped into that whatever, like the anomaly or the hex tech, like sucked, like warped her in. She's been there since even before he's even been there yet. Because she went there before he did.
Right.
Really. Yes, she's 1,000% still there. She's still like his basically like assistant or his second like voice almost in his head. As you see him talking in straight space.
Literally, they're just out there chilling in space. That dude.
Oh, bro.
The drugs level of this show.
Bro. Oh my god. You have to do fucking methane before we do the last parts.
Jesus, man. I can't even imagine.
It's so cool how it ties into how you do so much space shit. Oh
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Yeah, bro.
And some of the concepts and shit they've been talking about have been like, holy,
Oh,
they've been
dude.
getting pretty scientific and
Oh.
shit.
When Victor's talking and shit, you could probably do videos on that motherfucker.
It's like, holy fuck me.
Yeah.
Like, he's talking about shit that's like beyond my, way beyond my comprehension. But
it's
like,
beyond what most people conceive.
well, yeah, because he was basically like, I remember there was one scene where they were talking about like evolution and how Victor pretty much said like evolution's wrong, like the way that, and that evolution's our best presented theory of like reality essentially and how we got to this point.
Exactly.
The fact that he's just like, no, that's all wrong. It's just like, hey, what?
Yeah.
That I can't even. There were so many instances that were just like
of shit.
like very scientific, like shit was
Yeah,
going
Victor
on.
goes off a lot.
When he was talking with that doctor, I feel like they were bantering back and forth heavily about just just all that science.
Because they're both
shit.
like brilliant in their own ways and shit. Yeah, I remember before we even started this show, we sat and talked because I was ranting about how good it was, and we were going on about how deep the show is and how it comes back to like humanity in a lot of ways and shit. We're slowly starting to get to where I was talking about before.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was definitely preaching shit about like humanity.
Just
and,
shit in general, really. So many different ways you can interpret what he's saying.
I'm trying to remember. There's so many.
I don't. We almost have. To,
There's so many.
We need to
quotes.
watch it again, basically.
You need to have a camera going, and then as soon as something happens, be like, okay, and then talk about it. Like
Yeah,
you can
pretty
pause
much.
it.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many quotes and shit where I just wish I could recall because I was just like, holy, that was pretty fucking crazy. But I can't recall them because they were so.
It's okay not to recall everything because that happens.
Yeah, I can't comprehend anything beyond fucking.
And dude, the pacing is fast,
It is.
and a lot happens. So when Jesus speaks, he speaks.
He did, yeah.
What do you got?
He doesn't fuck around
Let's
at all.
follow your nuts. What do you got? What the fuck do you have? What's
All
next?
right, we got Caitlyn fighting Ambessa.
Oh yeah, they were like training. Yeah,
Yeah, for
they
training.
were doing some kind of training. Yeah.
And yeah, not an actual fight. I should have worded that better.
But yes, fighting
But-
nonetheless.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
And Ambessa seemed to get the better hand of that. At least in that moment. I feel like it came back to that later. I just don't quite know how to relate it all the way back. I feel like there was like a scene where Ambessa slammed Caitlyn and that they came back to that later, but I can't remember exactly how. Do you remember that scene where like
they
the
were
final
training.
takedown?
Yeah, maybe it was only because Vi and Ambessa also tangle later. Could have been foreshadowing.
Oh, yeah, I
to
think
that.
maybe that slam happened later or
There might
something.
have been maybe Vi slammed her. I'm not
Maybe.
sure. I could be wrong. On
I feel like that slam came back.
there was something like that foreshadowing.
I could be wrong.
Because as usual, hard foreshadowing, man, from the start to the end in this one, just like so many others before.
Yeah.
It starts and ends almost the same fucking.
Yeah. I was trying to remember exactly how it started. It was basically Jason that fucking.
It was
plays,
showing weird scenes.
no,
of,
sorry, it was like
it was
Victor
showing
and
like
shit.
outside of the shit, like all fractured shit, like after Jace did something, which we haven't even talked about that at all yet.
Oh God, yeah.
We haven't fucking talked about.
I know that's like the ending.
We haven't even
dude.
fucking talked about that yet. That's
And
how the episode.
I remember some hardcore foreshadowing, but again, that comes way later.
That's how the episode starts as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right. Now I couldn't. When you said that out there, I was like, "Fuck!" But my notes actually laid that out, and I couldn't remember from the notes.
For fuck's sakes,
Dude,
the show, bro. It's too much.
it's hard to keep up.
It's too much.
It is a little much, but it's pretty brilliant for what it
so
is.
good and too much. It's like a puzzle.
It just feels like they needed more seasons. Like, fuck me. Slow down.
Yeah, bro. Just wait. It gets worse.
There's 3 episodes left, bro. They gotta finish. They gotta wrap this
It
up.
gets worse.
Dude, they gotta wrap it up in 3 episodes. In 120 minutes, they need to wrap all that dog shit up.
Approximately, yeah, because a lot of these ones are
Like
under 40
40-ish minutes, maybe not even.
37, 36, like that's what a lot of the episodes are.
Not even quite.
Which even the first season had longer episodes.
Yeah, they did feel longer.
I think than this one.
There was a few times in the first season where I'm like, "Holy, this has to be over," and
Some
then
are over an hour.
and then more would happen. It's like
Some of them are over an hour. Some are 50 minutes.
this shit seems like when the shit happens, it's like
This
it's
season's
probably
shorter,
over.
and they pack way fucking more in it when they pack it in.
So far, actually, this season seems like when the shit happens, it happens, and then there's a little short thing at the end where you're like, "Holy fuck!" Even more just happened right there, within the last like 5 to 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
After the giant thing just happened that you thought was everything that was going to happen in that episode. More will happen real quick at the end.
Probably should get some kind of a discount for like a therapy bill. At the end
I don't feel like I need therapy. I feel like
not therapy.
I feel
I
like
don't know what the fuck this show
so
does,
far the
bro.
show is just keeping me like it's keeping me sharp. It's keeping me focused and like
Yeah, it did that to me too. Especially the first time.
it's definitely not hitting me like it's hitting you, but I know I'm broken. So
The first time I watched it, I felt like that too because I'm broken. I felt like that's why it hit me like it did. Broken in different ways, maybe.
I get why this shit's impactful and shit, but I'm broken.
Unbroken?
I am broken.
Oh, I thought you said unbroken.
I am broken.
Yeah, that's hard.
I'm broken. So like yeah, this shit doesn't hit me like it hits you or.
I don't know. I feel
Like a
like
lot, I know a lot of people felt like that strong emotional.
this
fucking
show was
power from
unanimously
this.
decided as being so fucking sad and shit, which is good because it makes me feel like I'm not so broken.
No.
Like more people were feeling like this is fucked up.
You're definitely
I feel
not
more
alone in
normal.
that. I'm probably more the broken one to not go to that like that.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. This seems to be the theme.
It could be good
this
or
show
bad.
hits people hard.
Because if I watched this 3 years ago, I'd be way more like you were. I think that's literally how I feel at this point in my life. Like if you had,
That's just it, yo. Like,
if
I
I had to
can't-
watch this
I
shit,
can't relate to how you feel.
like the first season 3 or 4 years ago, I'd be way more hardened and not just careless. Where I don't know what the fuck is going on nowadays, where I feel way more shit like that. But something
could
does
be.
it.
It could be a combination of so
I know
many things.
There isn't one specific thing exactly, and I think that's weirdly what's
It's just-
interesting.
this shit's just-
it's weirdly almost interesting.
This shit's just like rattling something in your brain that's just like reminding you of like could be stuff of what matters to you most or like just I don't know reminding
This
you
season did that a lot more.
that like
This season was a lot more.
emotions are still a
in
thing
general.
and stuff.
First season did some things. This season was like again, like I said before, like the first season on Coke.
Mm-hmm.
It's Coke.
All right, the next note is
Christ.
it flashes to the girls trying to escape with Werevander. He's all cloaked up and they're trying to fucking get away with him.
Yeah.
They take him to Victor, of course, the healer, which makes sense.
That's basically where this episode starts, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
That's where this episode begins, really.
Yeah.
Like there's some shit, and then there's this. This is like the shit.
Victor,
I spend a lot of time breaking this down over that. From that to the end of the fucking episode.
Victor agreed to work on Vander, but it's clearly like difficult and like he can always see the good in there, but like the bad is like winning at the end of the day. At least like yeah, there's always that glimpse of good in there, but then but like even the scenery of when you can see like a little bit of like human Vander. Like the scenery around him is just like infected with just whatever the fuck that scientist guy put into that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, he's pretty far gone.
Because Victor even says something about like he's worth it and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, he
like,
said he's worth like
he wants
like the challenge.
Can see the good parts and stuff, but
clearly it's hard.
At the end of the day.
And then we get to when the army gets to fucking Victor's sanctuary, and the scientist goes to speak with Victor.
The doctor. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they basically, I'm assuming the doctor said like, let us weaponize that fucker, and Victor's like, no, I want to help him because there's a human in there.
Yeah, he kind of says something like that, like there's humanity, or there's
still a man like trapped inside there, like kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wanted to fight to try to get that out of there. And hella foreshadowing. The scientist said, obviously he's got the whole army behind him. If they don't agree, they're pretty much just going to go in there and fuck them up anyways and get what they want. That doesn't even become necessary. The scientist said, if you die, pretty much this whole place dies with you. Mm-hmm. Which obviously comes back later. Mm-hmm. Weirdly, Victor can dude. That dude's like all seeing. Like he like touched the doctor and saw like his intentions. It seemed like immediately. Like he's so like dialed in. Like just by like touching a person, he can see like if this person's fucking with him, like what their intentions are behind whatever the fuck's driving them. And it kept flashing to the doctor's fucking lover in that fucking tank or whatever. So. And there were so many good quotes in there.
Oh, bro, yeah, you could pretty much pause this at any moment and quote that show.
I wish I could remember some of the shit Victor was spitting.
Take a screenshot and like quote the show at any time you pause it. Pretty much, he talked some shit.
Yeah, he did.
In that one.
Really,
like
really
deep
about
shit
about truth. It was something about truth. Like the closer you are to truth, the more you realize how ignorant you are to like reality. It's essentially. I think it's one of the lines out. I was like, oh fuck.
I can't remember exactly what he said either, but
it was along those lines. The more you learn, the more you realize you know nothing. That was like
even the last fucking quote he says, which I don't. I'd have to think about it.
There's too many. Every time he speaks, it's like, damn, that should be like, put that on a shirt or something.
I think I remember his last quote, but we'll get to that when we get to the very
that's
end.
Like the ending.
That's the roll credits shit. For fuck's sake.
God, dude, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. There's not enough drugs for this shit.
And then there was a side note we talked about where Vi's jacket has the fucking three-headed werewolf beast on the back.
That was a side note I wanted to throw in like probably the last episode, but forgot to stop it.
Yeah, they did show that like a few times.
She seems to fight for some kind of like underground clan, which seems to be like dogs on their like their shit. And then she's going after fucking Vander, who's a straight up
goddamn weirdo,
who like came from like a multi-headed fucking werewolf beast. Please, people.
That shit was mentioned so long ago, too.
I think the very first episode of season 2.
In like a 5-second clip.
Yeah, right at the end. You seen a multi-headed weird dog thing.
That's now, they're getting to this fucking guy's story.
Up, bro. These writers need help. This fucking show.
It's weird how they can think to like...
They just
everything comes full circle.
They're just like, fuck your emotions. That's what it feels like.
And just everything comes full circle.
It does. But in games don't do this. Honestly, like they come close sometimes, but this show is on some crap, man.
I'll say Alan Wake, dude, is coming pretty full circle.
It's close. That kind of shit is close.
Is doing a good job of like, if there's something, like I said, a little thing on the radio could end up meaning like a giant, like significant scene, like in a later on, or even stuff that was foreshadowed. Like I thought, because for a while it seemed like, okay, I read a manuscript, a few minutes later that scene happens. There's getting to the point now where I'm reading manuscripts where I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and then like way later it might happen. It's like, okay, like
that's dope.
This shit's fucked.
I need to play the first game to get more of that.
And I'm missing so many manuscripts, which is like essentially like building the story. And I'm fuck me. There was a point where I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm doing good. I'm getting every one. Then I miss like 8 or 9 in a row. It's like, oh shit, it's probably not good. But it's good. It's good. It's the only other thing I can think of is like Remedy games that like
Yeah, that's a good
that
example.
the littlest thing could end up meaning so much later on. Like, I'm sure other things have done it, but Remedy just does a great job of it.
Yeah, there's probably some, but not many that have done it. But that's a good example.
That's the only one I can think of. The next note was just like Ambessa was obviously there when the scientist met Victor, and she was like they're like, yeah, no weapons, and she's like, oh fuck this shit, like I want to meet this guy. Like she wanted to just basically go in there and cause some shit.
She wanted to
like she always does.
She wanted to go in and talk to Victor straight.
Yeah,
straight up. But, yeah, someone else did that for her.
Fuck me. I said the Victor realm allows no weapons, which that didn't matter later.
The Victor realm, yeah.
Oh yeah, Caitlyn meeting back with Vi was a pretty big moment.
Yeah, the big time.
They haven't seen each other in however long that time jump was.
Yeah.
A long time. And immediately explains we're looking for a beast, which already you know is Vander.
Yeah.
So you're like,
and Kate and Vi team up to backstab it.
You didn't know that right away.
No, you don't.
At first, you're like, oh,
it
great.
starts feeding you that afterwards. So.
I didn't know that at first. I'm like, because again, I kept saying Caitlyn's getting more hard. She's getting more ruthless.
And she brings Vi in, and it's like, Jesus.
I was like, yeah, she's gone fucking lost her shit, and then ends up working with them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next note was Caitlyn helps Vi escape and confront Ambessa. Told her not to underestimate Ambessa.
Yeah.
That seemed important. She's a fucking tank.
Yeah, don't fuck with her.
She somehow survived War Vander, bro.
Yeah, and Bessa
we don't know how that happened yet.
No, exactly.
That happened.
Everyone else pretty much. Well, her and her other manimal fucking dude.
The Viking guy. But he might be fucked up now. But I don't know, though.
He's fucked up.
He's fucked up. He got
Vander done
ripped
fucked
up.
him up. Yeah. Yeah, that guy's gone. But
I got a lot more to talk about with him yet.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So yeah, Vi captures Ambessa. Vi captures Ambessa with that electrical wire shit.
Yeah,
which was trippy.
Like a trap. Yeah, something like a net that puts her down.
And Caitlyn goes for the doctor. So that clearly they teamed up. Which again, I didn't expect that at first. I thought it was just like fuck, Caitlyn gone full cop mode.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't happen. Then I was just about to have that thought. My next note, it seemed like as soon as Vi called Caitlyn Cupcake, it was over. she was back.
Oh yeah,
Caitlyn was like,
going back
I'm
to
back.
When they first see each other. Yeah, she does call her because Caitlyn kind of throws like an insult to her hair.
Something about her hair, like you look like an oil slick or whatever.
She says, "Don't sugarcoat it, Cupcake," and then it
like hit her real hard.
It's the way they flicker like light hitting people's eyes and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like when tears are filling characters' eyes, it always looks like it's shaking and stuff.
Yeah.
This show's detail is crazy because it does that all the time. When someone says something that means something, you can see like tears and shit in feckin' characters' eyes.
It does that a lot for sure.
You can tell like a word means so much to a character when it's said to them and shit. It's details.
Yeah. Well, then
better than anything.
And there was a moment where it cut to Jace in that alternate dimension shit with his warhammer. Fucking Jace, bro. We forgot to talk more about the Viking guy.
Yes, we should talk a little bit about that.
He seemed like he had access to some sort of, I don't know if it was magic. I think I have a theory on what it could be doing.
Yeah, talk about what you think he has.
It showed quickly, I think when they were training or something in the beginning of the episode, he was like chanting over a fire and there were some glowing stones in there.
Yeah. Yes.
Obviously, you have no idea what that is. It came back when... sorry, hold on. Yeah, it shows again when that dude meets with Caitlyn is when the green shit comes. Because he caught Caitlyn, obviously, like backstabbing Ambessa and shit. And the green glowing shit was there. Yeah. But we'll get more into that in a minute.
That's when Jinx tries to shoot him. Because Jinx actually jumps in that scene and tries to save Caitlyn.
Yeah.
And she shoots the buddy with a specific thing that ties into what the fuck he's packing.
Yes, I get to that.
Yes.
I will get to that. Oh yeah, I did make a couple little notes that got kind of a little out of order, but
that's okay.
Victor's realm looks exactly like the fucking like other dimension where that entity lives, like where Jace is fucking screwing around and shit.
Like bright colors and
the
like
weird shapes and like
weird shit.
It looks identical to the realm where that fucking control shit was living. So yeah, I just mentioned that Victor's place looks exactly like the alternate realm, like
is control.
Pretty
Victor's
much.
place is control. That wouldn't make any sense to people. I'm sorry.
But it makes sense to us.
It does.
Where Vander saves Jinx from that Viking guy and fucking one hits the guy pretty much.
And says another line because he doesn't have a lot.
Oh yeah, he said like, "Don't touch my daughter" or whatever.
Huge line.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he spoke again.
Yeah.
That fucking going back to that Viking guy is that those stones seem to like just straight up absorb magic. Yeah, but he didn't seem to be able to harness it very much.
No, but that's what they do.
It basically prevented him from getting fucked up by magic.
Yes.
Because like he would have got fucked up if that shit didn't absorb that magic.
I think blocking magic is what specifically that does.
Yeah, like it went the gunshot went straight into that stone.
There's runes, just like the magic all has runes carved into his stones, and they're green again, which comes back to the green shit before, which I don't fully understand what the fuck.
We'll look that up more when
Eventually,
we're done.
when we're done this shit, we're gonna dive into some crap and go like, digging.
So I put like his stones possibly absorb magic.
Yeah, he definitely can like block or absorb magic.
Well, that didn't do him
Which
much
again,
good later.
You do see him doing when Caitlyn and Mbessa are training. He's doing something with his stones.
He was like chanting over the fire.
Which I don't know if that affected them. Like
maybe that like charges them because like,
or he's like well,
I don't know what
the fuck he's doing.
I wonder that too. I'm like, is this influencing Mbessa's fighting?
Right when that happens, she like flips Caitlyn over and slams her. So it's I don't know if that's infecting her
or it was just in that background. He was just like charging his shit up for his own.
Honestly, I don't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't. But I noticed those things. I just didn't know what it meant. Exactly.
There's some kind of crap where they can like block magic, and since Jinx is shooting her gun with a Hextech,
yeah, it blocked it.
It's magic. Yeah,
yeah, he didn't take none of that.
He just block it like nothing.
All right, I think we're getting into some of the shit now.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay straight up just destroys Victor with his fucking warhammer. Yeah. Chasing that fucking warhammer, bro.
Back to the fucking warhammer, bro. And now we're getting some crap.
And they need to fill in the gaps of what the fuck happened to Jace to make him turn like that. Because when we last saw him, he was, yes, I love you, Victor. Like, let's work together. And now he straight up warhammered him. So they got some fucking bridges to fucking fill there. I did make note of the doctor saying if Victor dies, the sanctuary goes with him. And as soon as fucking Jace warhammered Victor, all the people that Victor healed started getting fucked up.
The sound
that shit was weird. That it makes, squealing.
Everyone's just like screaming and shit. That's drugs.
It was loud too.
And it was like overwhelming.
Really loud.
Drugs.
Even the characters were like, holy, like they were all.
They
like,
even reacted to it. Details, man. Fucking hell.
And that foreshadowing.
Details. Yeah.
The damn doctor telling him
straight
in the
up.
Beginning of the episode, if you die, this whole place goes with you.
It goes, yeah.
And he wasn't wrong. Everyone he influenced gets fucked up.
This episode again starts basically how it ends too. With everything's fractured and weird at the start, and you don't know why. And at the end, everything's fractured and fucked, and you start to kind of know why.
So obviously, how that how Victor getting fucked up affected everyone, including Vander. Obviously, yeah, and then he goes buck wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where Vander goes fucking.
Vander goes like volcano.
I'm pretty sure they foreshadow that volcano shit. This like orange tears and shit.
That happened to him at some point in the last episode.
I feel like we saw those damn.
He volcanoed up, I think, in the last episode.
Oh, okay.
Or earlier on in that one. At some point, he volcanoed again, where you see it red. Like his view is always red, and like it's like he's on fire almost. So they actually are foreshadowing that for several episoes before that. Because even in those cutscenes of drawings, he sees red. The drawings, everything's orange and red and on fire.
Even in some of the drawings, I look like some of that lava shit, and I'm like, I didn't think of anything of it till I saw him like spewing that at the end. I'm like,
he's literally lava. Like he's crying lava in that.
Yeah. It's like he can see the good in front of him, but he can't stop.
He doesn't know
the wild.
Yeah.
Without Victor. Whatever the fuck he did to him.
Victor.
It worked good.
Victor was trying. Victor was working.
Even the blood that they tried to summon fucking Were Vander up with didn't work at one point. I'm pretty sure there was a character that was like, maybe it was the doctor was trying to like.
I think it was showing the army of like Mbessa's people. They had sacks of blood.
Oh, that there was blood. Like
they were like getting it ready,
and it kind of kept cutting over to him, but he was just kind of just sleeping there.
I don't know if they had cut it yet or like they were like preparing. That they actually wanted to like use
lure
that
him
to,
out.
Like, lure him out.
But I don't think it worked.
But I think shit went all fucked up before they even got to that.
Oh, true.
It was like they were building up to trying to weed
lure him out. Yeah.
And then Jace done shot Victor up, and that changes everything.
The Warhammer.
Everything.
The man who literally said, "I will not like weaponize this."
Everything.
Well, the men, they both said that though.
They did. Yeah.
They both lost control.
Every fucking thing.
There was a scene though where like Jace wasn't going crazy, and I think there was like a kid that was in front of it. Looked like he was gonna fuck up a kid again, but then he like stopped.
At the start of when he first gets to like the
Victor's place.
Yeah, Victor's place.
Well, actually, oh Jesus, that's pretty
into
fucked because it kind of looked like maybe he like saw the good, like okay, let me like see what they're on about here. But then he was just using that to get to Victor to go blast him away. Yeah, with that Warhammer.
They take everyone else's weapon away, but it's like because he didn't come in through the front gate either, where they take everyone's weapon away. He just appeared like through the side somewhere and just appeared in the middle of the fucking place with his Warhammer, which they might not have even known was a weapon. It doesn't really look like a weapon technically.
It's just some big shit he's carrying.
Like a fucked up weird hammer. And they just show him straight to fucking Victor because Victor wanted him to come to him. That's what he wanted in the last episode or whatever. I think it was the last one or the one before it.
Yeah,
it was the last one, I think.
Maybe it was. It's hard. It feels like a long time ago now, but it might have just been the last one. He definitely said, like, I wish we could meet in person. Yeah, I think it was just the last episode.
To do that, yeah, it was the last one.
Yeah, Vander resorts back to his wild ways and goes berserk.
Yep.
The girls essentially mean nothing to him. He can't fight back that fucking beastly shit.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants blood. Oh yeah, and then in that like chaos, that Isha kid just goes straight full Jinx, brother.
Full Powder, yeah.
Yeah, Powder. Yeah, that's right.
It's identical to Powder's scene.
Yeah.
When she fills, I think she puts 3 crystals originally in her monkey bomb in the 3rd episode. Isha puts 3 of those things in her gun and fucking just
and it just annihilated
and just blows the fuck up at the end. It's so hardcore
again,
foreshadowing.
That full circle shit, man,
is ridiculous.
That's just gnarly.
Ridiculous. Oh fuck. So that can obviously gonna have some repercussions.
It's trippy though. That kid seemed like she was just fully like, yeah, like I'm probably gonna get fucked up by doing this, but like I'm doing it anyways.
She was essentially
just trying to be.
She was exactly what Powder was.
Yeah,
exactly what she was.
Throw herself at the danger. Like I just want to help everyone.
Do anything you can for the person you care about, which for her is Jinx. And for Powder before was Vi. So it's like a weird like leveling up to what Powder did before is now what Isha does for Jinx.
Yeah.
And is boom.
That's a big boom.
That's a big boom.
What we got?
You can basically see what the fuck's coming too with those motherfuckers. The way they animate the scenes of like the memories backflashing to like Isha and Jinx's memories, like, oh, you fuckers, you know some shit.
They were like
coming.
The same fucking person, yeah, all along.
Anytime the show starts going into another animation style, you know shit's
it's a big
fucked
deal.
Up.
Yeah.
Which it did in that one many times.
It did, yeah, the different animation style. That's right. There was a scene I noticed early on in that episode when they're tracking Werevander. There's a big claw mark in the door, and Isha walks up and like looks into that like claw mark. So it almost right there looked like that beast is gonna get that fucking kid.
For sure.
Like that beast is getting that kid.
There's
as soon as I saw that claw mark over that kid, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, there's mad foreshadowing. This show does that so much that you can't even.
It was again a quick scene, but like they walked up on a door
until you see what the fuck happens later,
and there was a big claw mark, and through that claw mark you see that kid. It was like
there was foreshadowing either in this. I think it was the last or an episode or 2 ago that didn't. I was like, that foreshadows the very last episode that I did not know that before. There's foreshadowing even to like the end of this.
Was
season.
it like the whole gunshot thing that they always do to each other? Because that happened again.
No, not necessarily. It was something else. I won't say nothing about it because again, this is foreshadowing like end of the season,
like later. Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't notice that before. That's crazy. Again, foreshadowing, like ridiculous. And it's so blatantly obvious once you know what it is, but it means nothing.
Even that, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure the first time or like early on when that kid appears, like they keep doing that like shit to each other.
Oh, for feck's sake!
They did it at that scene again too. So that
was like,
that
are you fucking kidding me?
That was foreshadowing too.
Yeah, it was.
At the end of the day.
Oh god, when she does that at the end, it's like, for feck's sakes.
Yeah.
Jinx does that to her almost right away. Mm-hmm. And then constantly through the whole season.
I think the first time they meet,
you see them
actually,
doing that through the whole fucking.
It was the
season.
first time they meet because I'm pretty sure Jinx kills the person that was chasing Isha,
and she shows like
and
her
does
gun
that,
and does
like,
that. Yeah. That's like their handshake almost.
Yeah,
the gun thing. Yeah, which Jinx even does in season 1 a lot, several times even through that. Yeah, it's always been her thing.
Okay, I know. I can remember
a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Isha's doing it in this one.
Does
it right at the end.
Yes, sir. That was it for the notes.
For fuck's sakes.
Yeah, that was it for those notes.
What the fuck do you think's coming now? Interesting to see what do you think's coming
Berserk
next.
Vander's out, so he's gonna
pick any one thing and see what.
That's just it. I feel like
next.
Jason Berserk Vander are gonna face off or something. Like those two are prominent and they're on a rampage. Like, so I can see them meeting. Fuck me. And where everybody else falls into that, I don't know.
Yeah,
like where like Jinx and Vi and shit are gonna go from here. Who knows?
Yeah, you basically see them at the end.
Well, pretty sure Vi like pulls Jinx away, like saying like, "Do not get close to that fucking thing. It's wild."
That shit's gonna blow the fuck up. Yeah.
Interesting though, because that's I guess essentially like redemption for Vi was able to like save and like be there for Jinx, but Jinx couldn't be there for Isha,
for her essential the character that did the exact same thing in the first
which represents like Jinx. Yeah, early on.
Powder blows Vander up in the first season. Isha blows Vander up in the second season. It was exactly like Powder.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
That's pretty fucked
In
up.
almost a similar sense in a weird way, like
utilizing that fucking
so
magic
strange.
In a way that's like they don't fully understand it.
And he's where Vander. Like
fuck me.
Dude,
yeah, where that will go, like I don't know.
People that wrote this shit need help. They're fucked up.
I don't know where the fuck it's gonna go from here, honestly. Who the fuck might have survived any of that? Who the fuck knows? Still got fucking Ambessa like out there. Still got what's her name? Mel?
Mel,
fucking touch base with her.
We haven't seen Mel at all.
I think of that last episode.
Nope.
But she's still up in that fucking
we ain't
cell
seen
or whatever.
About Mel.
So yeah, there's a lot of things to wrap up in 3 episodes. I had to get that typewriter ready.
Oh god, yeah. You're gonna need you should probably write a small book for the last couple episodes. We're gonna figure something out for you to type on when we do those
yeah,
ones.
like I need that like constant.
The show's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I never quite know where the fuck they're going with it either. Like I said to you out there, they're like, oh, like things are looking hopeful. Like fuck that.
Oh,
like hell no.
They lure you so hard with that, and then they just say, "Oh fuck you hard with this episode."
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, it's ridiculous. They give you like that's like the only episode of the whole fucking show where there's like some slight hint of happiness, and then they just tear it all away from you in this episode. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Jeez,
that's so fucked up. No show has done that before, I don't think. I can't think of a show that's done that before.
Not that I've seen, anyways.
Not to that extreme.
There's a lot of shit out there, but yeah, nothing
where it
I've
goes
seen.
like so like good to like just fuck you immediately 1 episode later. There's shows that do that over a season, maybe, but 1 episode later, I don't know about that.
There's so many characters that they need to like tie up now, like the
There's
Doctor,
a lot.
fucking Ambessa, like so many.
Again, I will
Jace,
say the pacing is quick on this season.
It's quick.
It's quick.
If I didn't have those notes, dude, I'd be fucked.
Honestly, it only gets a little quicker, if anything.
watching like those episodes, if I try to watch that whole thing and then come in and do this, I'd have nothing for you. I'd be like, dude, I don't even know where to start.
Dude, you could probably
we'll have to stop a little more frequent.
You could write a 400-page book and what the fuck's coming.
We'll have to stop a bit more often.
We'll have to stop a lot more often. Because I will. The only gripe I may slightly say about this show is these last bits are very fast paced. And dude, it's still like I'd still give it like a 9.5 out of 10. It's not like it's bad. It's just it's fast.
Yeah.
The last three are even faster than ever yet.
I could see it. Knowing how much they got to wrap up now.
Yeah.
And there's no fucking even inkling of an idea of what might happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a lot to happen in 3 episodes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't even know what else to say about that, bud.
Fuck, I can't wait for you to watch this. Just finish this shit.
It'll be nice to get this done.
Yes. Now I'm excited for you to finish it. Close. Next time we'll finish it. This one's actually easier to watch 3 at a time because they're not as long as the first season.
Yeah. This felt way smoother tonight. And I can recall things easier.
These are like 35-minute episodes sometimes. Some of the ones in the first season are an hour, 55 minutes, 50 minutes.
There was, I think, maybe once or something we did 3 in a row, and it was like... Fuck.
There's quite a bit of these ones that are under 40 in this. I think most of this season is shorter, like by quite a bit. But that just means they pack way more in a shorter amount of time, bud. So take it as the good and the bad.
There it is.
Anything else you want to say?
I'm not sure. You mentioned you were going to take notes, but didn't. No, anything you noticed that was like, shit, I didn't catch that?
I didn't need to take notes. I think I was just hit. I think, like I said before, this is just hitting me hard again. Like, I didn't expect it would again. Which it's almost hit me harder in some ways than it did the first time I watched it, which is ridiculous, but kind of is.
That's crazy then. I can't think of anything that's ever done that. Like,
I think it's because
usually once you know something, it's like it's not going to quite hit as hard.
Personal like things too.
But yeah, you're relating a lot of personal shit to it.
From friends and stuff too. It's just I don't know. I truly don't know. I can't even describe what the fuck it actually fully is about this show that does that. I don't know. Even when I first watched it through, after I finished this show for like a week at least. I was like, I noticed my emotions were like not the same as they normally were. I was like, this is fucking weird.
Like more sensitive to shit, or
yes,
just like,
but yeah,
like in what way?
In some ways, yes, but I guess that's probably the easiest way to really just say it.
Like weird things would get you choked up or something.
Well, not even just choked up, but I don't know. It just things felt different. My emotions felt so different. Not just choked up. It could be something that pisses me off even that would affect me different than before. My emotions in general just felt different. And it was literally after watching this fucking show.
A little more like in tune with them?
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know exactly what it is. I think it was maybe just the timing of it. The timing of it and just how my emotions were at all probably just lined up perfectly to... It just hit me in a way that affected me in a way I was ready to be affected, I guess. I don't really know exactly. Because nothing has done that to me, man, in a long fucking time.
No shit, yeah.
And I try not to let things affect me in any ways, too. Like, that's something I usually actively avoid is...
Which is a weird
letting my emotions just get too much, like, out of control or anything. I hate that, usually. But after this shit... I feel like a fucking different person, man. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's so weird.
You just don't care like fucking as much weird anymore.
But in a good way. It's not. It's not
bad to feel shit.
That's exactly what it was. Because for the longest time, honestly, I felt I was feeling nothing too much all the time. Where it was like, this is bad actually, because everything sucks all the time if you feel nothing.
You're just numb. Yeah.
Yes. So I almost like, I embrace this. Like, I'll be sad. I'll be all that. I want all the emotions because it all ties into the good ones too.
Yeah,
like,
man.
You need it all.
That's part of being a human. You can't
just have just good emotions or whatever. You got to feel sad emotions, all the emotions, all that kind of shit.
All emotions are present in life.
And I always knew that, but I again, don't know what the fuck it was about it. But ever since I've watched this fucking show, my emotions have been very different.
That's
strange.
Trippy.
Nothing's ever done that to me before, except for like hard, like emotional experiences in real life.
Yeah.
Not characters that aren't real people and shit. This is ridiculous.
Drawings.
It's stupid. It's people fucking drawing shit, and it's altering my life.
Dude, that's powerful shit. If that's the case, man.
Shit. It's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, only thing I can think of is like that's like impacting me. Like it's not like a show or anything, but like doing that fucking that different types of yoga and becoming more just open and accepting to what's there is changing my outlook.
I think that is a big part of all of the same experience, really.
Yeah,
in a different way.
Yeah, not being so self-conscious and judgmental. Like if you do feel something or whatever, just accept it. It doesn't mean that it's like it's gonna take over. Like just let that be there, and it'll blow over, and just like all other emotions. Like and just accept it for what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Probably again reaching a similar sort of thing in a completely different way.
Yeah. Because only weird. After doing that kind of shit and really, I don't know what it is in the last like year or so, like since I quit like working for the man and like became my own boss, like it shifted a lot of shit in my mind, dude.
I feel like that would really shift a lot of shit in my mind too.
It did.
I hope to get to that point where I can do something like that too.
I think it will, man. It shifted it shifted my mind in ways where I feel like my outlook on shit now is a way that I would almost mock at a time in my life where it's like I'm different than I ever thought I would have imagined. And I don't know quite how to explain it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just seeing things differently. Like, I wish I could even begin to describe it.
Completely different perspective.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just made me appreciate shit more. And just that alone has made me more, like, in a way more sensitive to, like, what matters to you and shit like that. I feel like also that yoga had something to do with it, man. Just, I don't know, man. Just really tuning in and tapping in and not shying away from, like, what's there is just something that's becoming more prominent with age, with
yeah, that's a part of it.
Shift in perspective.
Too, I think.
It's just all those things are tying in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's weirdly like you said, reaching a similar state in just such different ways.
Yeah.
But ultimately, at the end of the day, I still feel pretty broken. And
1,000%, me too. Which again, I think works for this show too. This show seems to really lean on the broken characters are the most like prominent ones. It seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It's definitely a trippy show, man. It's hard to describe.
Really ain't much like it, man. And wait till we get through the last ones.
I know.
Yeah.
It's trippy to think too that that's gonna be it. Like that's it.
I know.
It already. Dude, it hasn't even been that long.
That's another fucking thing. When this shit ended, that was again it did something to me that fucked me up. Like because this just tweaked my emotions in such weird ways, and then when it stopped, it fucked me up again because I was like ready for more of it or something, and it didn't come. So
they know it's not gonna either.
It did something more to me that's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like this show genuinely fucked me up for like a week or two after I watched it, which nothing's ever done that to me before.
I found it definitely sticks with me. Like I said, randomly through the week, I'll just have things that'll pop in my mind where I'm like, I need to take note of that. We didn't talk about this or...
No game. Like there's games and shows that have done a little bit of that, but nothing has come close to what this fucking show did for some reason. I don't know why.
I think the most like physical emotion I felt from the show, I think was like episode 3 or something of season 1. I think it was episode 3. It was one of the early episodes.
I'll tell you which one it is as soon as you start talking about it.
But I don't exactly know what was happening. But I just remember the shit was crazy, and I remember just sitting there watching it. I think we were just in the studio watching it.
Explain the scene if you can.
I don't remember the scene. I just remember what was happening to me like physically. Oh. We were just watching it. I'm like, okay, like it's trippy, but I remember my heart rate started going crazy.
It was probably episode 3.
I think it was when all of them started to come together at the warehouse. Probably, I'm assuming, and right before Powder fucked everything up.
Yes, when Powder kills everyone.
Yeah,
the work up to that.
I feel like the lead up to that, my heart rate was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like my heart rate is. Yeah, bro. I felt like I was like off the chains heart rate here, like weird.
Again, this isn't even real fucking people and shit.
Over drawings.
It's fucking like animated shit, and some people drew some crap, and I'm feeling like this. Huh?
It didn't hit me like it hit you, but I could see why it would. And
Yeah, it hit me like a bus, and I
Yeah.
wasn't ready for that when I watched this shit. And it's still, again, watching it again, it's still doing that.
I can
It's
see
so
why,
strange. It's fucking weird.
I could get it, I guess. I could see why.
I still don't fully see why, I guess. I don't know what
I don't.
it is.
It's just the way it's done. Like the scenes are very powerful. Like when
It's
some
done
shit's going
so
down,
well. Yeah.
they really like their slow motion. Like build the music like crazy, and it be something extremely unexpected that'll happen on your ass. And yeah, it'll just be like what. It just make
It
you
really
say what
does
the fuck.
do all of it.
Yeah, it
does
just
all of
really make you say what the fuck at the end.
it. Oh, man.
Yeah, that one was some shit. Definitely probably missed some things for sure, but that's the basics.
We have the end of it. Did we talk too much about the end of it?
Well, yeah. Well, what was it you were thinking about Victor's quotes? Something he said at the end.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, his very last
As
quote,
he was basically dying.
I had that like 20 minutes ago when we were talking. We've almost talked about this for an hour already. Holy shit. Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, this episode deserves 3 hours of talk. Oh, shit. What was his last words? I can't remember. Give me a minute. I'll probably get to it.
He was quoting
Talk
some
about something
crazy
else for a
shit.
minute. Let me think. What else you got? I'll get there. Okay, he says, it's so throughout the whole goddamn episode too, he seems to have this coin that he's always kind of fiddling with and flipping with, and then he really starts fucking with it more as Jinx comes upon him, because he keeps telling her like you should be your skills should be used to build and stuff and not destroy and all that kind of stuff, and he even calls her powder, which no one fucking else does except for Vander.
Yeah. So he sees much, like
some shit. Yeah. And then when he fucking is blasted at the end, that same coin that he was flipping and fucking with before is rolling along at the end.
Yeah.
I believe his last quote is
He said something about two sides of a coin, but I don't remember how
he
that
says
relates.
like he says that which inspires our greatest good is also the cause of our greatest evil.
Yeah, it was something like that.
I think that's his last quote. Before that, he might say something about the coins and shit, like two sides. I think that's his last fucking thing he says. Pretty sure. Yeah. He's going deep. Just going
that guy
deep.
knows like everything.
He goes.
Seems
going deep.
like wherever the fuck he went, he knows everything.
Yeah.
And now he's fucking warhammered up.
Throughout
Fuck it, Jace, bro.
that whole episode, he's talking some deep shit that's so relatable to like being a human being. Deep shit. And then it gets fucking warhammered. For fuck's sake.
They got a lot of explaining to do there, Jace.
Yeah.
You better fucking justify that warhammer. But he was working with fucking Echo and fucking Heimerdinger, wasn't he? Didn't they all meet up eventually?
They were working together before the
time
anomaly
shit.
hit originally. Yeah, we just seen those three, but we don't know exactly the full extent of it.
I feel like Jace now can see more of whatever the fuck that little homeboy was worried about since the beginning.
Jace has seen some shit.
And was always worried about the magic. And
Yeah.
he always said it, like, brings humanity to its fucking knees, pretty much.
Jace has seen some shit.
So, yeah, I feel like he gets it now.
Jace has seen some shit.
He just killed Jesus, so he must have seen some shit.
Yeah, he's seen some shit.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot to go on
He
here.
had to just kill like everything that was happening in the like current fucking shit.
Anything that was
Everyone
utilizing
was
Hex
just
Tech, he
fucked.
wanted it gone. Annihilate that shit.
Including Vander.
Yeah.
Again. Dude, the show tears that character away from you so many
Poor
times.
Vander, Jesus.
So many times.
Yeah.
And they do it again. It's like, fuck you people. Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know. I got much else to say.
He's died so many times.
See where the fuck this shit goes from here.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's just stupid.
Yeah. Closing thoughts? Anything?
I mean, I know what the fuck's coming, so what's your closing thoughts, really?
Yeah. sit back and see what happens. Pretty much. I'm trying not to overthink it too much because
it's going to be very interesting.
You can't anticipate much with the show because they'll
you
just
can't
tear it out from under your feet. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be happy. You can't be sad. You pretty much can't feel anything. They'll figure out a way to make it the opposite of that.
Yeah. So
Usually.
we'll just see what the fuck happens in the next episode.
It gets crazy. Next show, we'll watch the last 3 and finish this bullshit.
Yep.
I really do feel like this season's so much shorter than the first one, weirdly. Each episode almost
Shorter
feels like 10
episodes, like
minutes
you said.
episode shorter.
If you total that up, the total time
I
of
bet
the
you the
season,
second one's way shorter.
oh yeah, it's probably like a half hour shorter almost or something.
20 minutes at least. 5 minutes here
Just
there,
like, yeah,
there.
5 minutes or so off each episode. That should all add up.
Yeah.
But they crammed her because more shit's happening than happened in the first season. And
Yep.
yeah,
It's going to get worse.
I feel like we haven't even they haven't even touched on what's going on with like. I don't know, man. Like obviously, like Ambessa's like in charge of like her shit, but like what's going on with like Topside and shit like that. Like there's not a lot of like
What's going on?
like
with-
what's going on overall. Like I don't know. I guess everything just kind of seems like it's really turmoil. Like kind of in really restless. Like everything is just.
Yeah, because there's not just 2 factions fighting each other
No.
here. That's what makes this the whole giant plot. If you think of the whole thing, it's a trippy, fucked up thing.
Yeah.
There isn't just 2
No,
sides
it's not
fighting
just top
each
versus
other.
bottom because bottom has like multiple factions. Top even has like probably like
It's essentially like bottom versus like top side type thing. Top versus the Black Rose, which
Oh, that's right,
which is a
yeah.
whole other fucking thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
and versus bottom side at the same fucking time.
which consists
And
of
they don't-
multiple different factions.
And there's even a lot of scenes in that reference, like Ambessa thinking Black Rose is doing shit that's actually just the bottom siders doing, or vice
Oh,
versa
okay.
and shit. So they're just always blaming like it could be Black Rose, this and that, when it's just people, like the underground people doing
Restless
shit.
people, yeah,
They're
causing shit.
just saying, well, what are the odds of that? It has to be Black Rose and all that. They're hard leaning into that as one of their enemies for sure. Which again, that's where Mel is, and we still don't know dick about her. What the fuck's going on with her yet? There was just a giant explosion with several main characters in the middle of it.
Yep.
Everybody basically was in the middle of
I don't know
that.
what that necessarily means.
Which again, hardcore goes back to when Powder blows everything up. You don't know who the fuck's living through that, and we're doing that again in this fucking season.
Yeah.
And then just fucking wait till it starts back up again, bud. Jesus Christ on earth.
3 episodes ago, that's it.
Only 3 left.
Yep.
There's so much. 3 left.
So much to seal up there. Yeah. Yikes.
Again, with the crazy, ridiculous music in the end of that, which is in like Japanese or Chinese,
I
or
heard
I'm
that,
not 100% sure on the language,
I
but
forgot about that
that
Japanese
song was crazy at the end again.
It was.
Emotional and shit.
What was the fight?
No fucking clue what a word was said in that, but it felt so fucking emotional.
I forgot to mention too when I think it was when Jinx was first fighting the Beast. Didn't realize it was Vander. The fucking song that was playing there was like heavy
It
metal,
was metal
like
as fuck. Yeah, I'm sure you could find it on the official
prog metal,
thing.
like
Maybe we could
fucking
find
hard,
it. It
like,
was metal.
hard.
There wasn't
metal.
even vocals or anything. It was just straight metal.
I forgot to mention that when we
Yeah,
watched that. But
that was fucking
Jesus,
sick.
that music was crazy.
I like that they throw so many different genres at you. in
Oh,
this.
yeah.
It's not just like, oh, there's just rap. Or
Rap,
there's just,
metal, like
there's
fucking
fucking-
Japanese.
There's literally
music.
everything.
Yep.
Every fucking thing. There's made up languages and shit in this that aren't even fucking real.
Yeah, you get more than you even realize you're
Yeah,
getting.
I didn't even know that until like 2 days ago.
That's crazy.
This show's stupid. All right.
All right, bud.
Let's fucking finish this
Yep.
shit.
Wrap it up. It's been an hour, 1 episode.
Yes. Don't forget to subscribe and shit.